Welcome back to the channel, and today I've got a sneak preview of an upcoming Trailmakers update that brings a brand new decal system to the game that obviously, as you can see, allows you to put decals on all kinds of parts of your creation in a very, very powerful way, which we're gonna get into in a bit. This decal update is scheduled to release on August 22nd. It will have a handful of free decals as well as a couple of special DLC packs that you can download as well. Fortunately, the devs were kind enough to send over access to all of the decals, including the DLC versions. So I've been looking at everything the decals have to offer, and of course, you're already looking at some prime examples. Okay, so let's hop into build mode here, and let me show you how this decal system works. It's actually way cooler than I was expecting it to be. It's way more powerful than I was expecting it to be, because you may notice this isn't quite like painting blocks, because there's a lot of different blocks here that are all painted with a decal, and the decal is seamlessly painted across multiple different blocks, even different contours and different levels. We've got the rainbow on the front. We've got some racing stripes and things. We even got you can even do it on the tires as well. I've got a Band-Aid on this tire, just to keep the air in. Got some slime over here, some broken glass on this one, some slashes over here. You got numbers, you get a number on the top. So let me show you how the decal system works. All right, so I got a nice clean slate now. So let's say I want to add something to the hood of this vehicle. Basically, I select all the parts that I want to be included. So I'm just going to select all of these upper red parts, just like that. Another way, I could just do a quick selection box like that. That'll probably be even easier. And then there's this new decal button. So if I click the decal button, it brings up this decal menu. So now, as far as I'm able to figure out, these first four panels, the shapes, patterns, numbers, and stickers, are all going to come free with the update. There will be an expression DLC, which gives mouths and eyes. And then there's going to be an action DLC, which gives signs and symbols, damage, racing stripes, and tech. So let's take a look at some of the default ones first. Let's say I want to slap a big old number on the front of this thing, like the number 5. So now when I click this reposition button, it lets me reposition the 5 anywhere I want. And the really cool thing is, however you see it from the camera perspective is how it'll get applied. So if I do this with the camera, it is going to get applied from that perspective. If I lock position, you can now see it is actually stretched onto that surface. And when you look at it from that perspective, it is when it's going to look how it looked to the camera. So I can just reposition, place it on top here. I can resize it. I can rotate it in any direction. I could even tile it. So there's just a bunch of them all together. Like I could just have 5s all over the place like that. But I don't want to tile it. I just want to have it like this. Slap a big old 5 on it, and I can just use the subtle camera adjustments. I can flip it if I wanted to. Then I lock position. I can do a quick check from different angles to see how it looks. And you know what? I don't like how it angles over the front here, so I'm going to go ahead and reposition it and make it small enough to fit just on the top section. Nice and level like that. And yeah, I think that looks a lot more natural. And then if I press the check mark, it is there. We've just attached it to our vehicle. It'll drive around. So even though it spans over multiple blocks, as long as those blocks are within the selection, it's going to work. If I select a couple of blocks like this and then no blocks in the middle and select the decal thing, let's go over here and have like a star, click reposition. Now you can see it's only going to apply to the blocks that I've added to my selection. So now this star is going to have a gap in the middle since I didn't select those blocks. So you really can fine tune where the decals are going to be and are not going to be, which is really awesome. Now the other thing to note is you can only apply a single decal per block. So if I select this block again and go into decals and I select other decals, it's just going to swap that one decal out. So for instance, if I want to have the number 55 on this block up front here, I can't do that. But there is a workaround. So if I want the number 55, I'm actually going to have to delete this block, and I'm going to have to divide it into a smaller subset of blocks. So now I can select the left half here. Oh, let me go ahead and delete these, clear those. So now I can select the left half over here, just like that. I can go add a 5 to this side, lock position, click the check mark, and then I can select this side over here and add a 5 to this side, just like that. And now I've got 55 on there. It's not very symmetrical though. Now, symmetry is a thing I was worried about with this, but it turns out if you actually activate mirror mode And then I select the blocks on one half of the mirror like this. I was like, oh, with patterns like this, I am not gonna look forward to making them symmetrical on either side. But as you can see, they do appear to apply to mirror mode. You can also change colors of things like this, which I think is really, really great for like textures like this. You can create some really cool fire. Look at that. Yeah, look at these blue flames, or I could do like green and yellow flames, or black. That looks pretty cool too, but these should actually be rotated that way if I'm actually gonna use flames. Or I could just have it take up the whole front panel. Oh, that actually looks so cool. That looks really cool. Whoops. Oh yeah, look at that. Check that out. That is a nice paint job on the front there. I like that a lot. Oops. This is a terribly optimized trophy truck. Never mind about the functionality of it. We're focusing on aesthetics today, okay? Oh, by the way, I did notice there's something else snuck into this update. There's a friction pad over here. I'm pretty sure that didn't exist before this update, so I have to remember to play with that before the end of the episode to see what that's all about. I looked around in all the other areas, and I didn't really find anything else new, but that friction pad is definitely catching my attention. So what I am loving about this update is just how, oh, look at that. This is so cool. This is from the eyes, the expression pack, obviously. But I'm just loving how seamlessly it can be applied to pretty much any part, including tires. So I'm putting that one there. See how that looks. This is such a cool idea. All right, so here, let me highlight this whole half of the vehicle. We're gonna change the side of this vehicle to something else. All right, so we've got these big patterns that we can decorate large panels of our vehicle with here. So let's try this alien pattern. Oh, it's long. I didn't realize it was gonna be long like that. All right, so all I gotta do is just position it in a good orientation. Ooh. Oh, that is so cool. Let's keep the green and black pattern. Oh man, look at that. I'm just cycling through some of these patterns. Ooh, that one looks good. Oh, that looks so good. And right now it's applying, like, I guess I don't really want it on the tires there, but here, let me find a good position for this. Yeah, as that stripe goes down the back side panel over here. That's looking really good. Make sure you click lock position before you click the check mark, because if you click the check mark before you click lock position, it seems to just erase it all. Oh no, I didn't put mirror mode on, so I only have it on the one side. All right, actually, I wonder then, now if I select mirror mode, I'm playing with how it works here, and I select all of this, and then go to decal, reposition, and if I pretty much put it right back where it was, lock position, check mark. There it is. Hey, that was a pretty easy solution. All right, so now if I don't want it on the tires, I just select the tires, reposition, or then just click clear. There's a clear button right there. There we go. That was super easy. Man, creations are gonna look so crazy if people put as much time into these decals as they do into the actual build itself. The aesthetics are just gonna get insane. All right, before I get too distracted by playing around with the actual mechanics with it like I already am, let's actually take a look at each individual category and see the different things that we have. So this is just the basic shapes, minimalist shapes. All right, so basic shapes, lightning bolt's gonna be a cool one. Target, this is gonna be a great one for planes. I see a lot of people try to like build the paint jobs into like World War II planes and things like that. So it's just gonna make it that much easier to give that aesthetic. This radial gradient is really interesting, actually. Green radial gradient. Oh, okay. Oh, you could create your own texture by doing that too. The tile feature is going to be interesting to see how people use it. All right, so that was the shapes. These are the patterns. We already kind of went through most of those patterns with the last thing there. Obviously, the numbers. You can also get some symbols. And then stickers. These are interesting. Yeah, bomb, cheese, clover, crown, curses. This is where I got the rainbow one from. Ooh, the spider is kind of fun. Flaming skull, poop emoji, obviously. Pizza, looks like there's pineapple on that pizza. There's always, anytime there's like pizza in a game, there's always pineapple on it. They're just trying to create that outrage. So then the expression pack only comes with 2 different categories. So we have a bunch of mouths. It's weird that the nose and beard is on the mouth. I guess that it goes above the mouth to create the expression. We've got a dog nose, rabbit teeth, bandit mouth. Maybe that's a shout out to the Rubber Bandits game. Vampire teeth, sandworm mouth is interesting. Pig snout. See, these are gonna go on so many planes. These shark teeth, broad smile, All of this long mouth. This mouth looks ridiculous. Tongue smile is gonna be fun. And we have eyes. Why is there a burger eye? Some of these eyes look really cool. Thug life glasses. This eye, the snake eye, looks so good. Some of these eyes look really good. Princess eye and cat eye. Those are gonna add a lot of personality to creations. You know what I think is missing from the expression pack though? I think just teeth. We need just teeth so we can create our own mouths. Just a couple of fangs, you know, maybe some molars or something. I think that would be a nice addition. So that wraps it up for the expression pack. And then the action pack has 4 different categories to it. So signs and symbols. These are probably going to be popular among like the construction equipment replicas and people who build machines based off of like real life equipment. We've got the different in-game factions, the raw bulldog and dragon logos. All right, and then we got damage. This is one of the more fun categories in my opinion. This can add a lot to some creations. Bullet holes, dirt. Dirt is going to be really good actually. Metal rips, slime, burn marks. Yeah, dirt and burn marks are going to add so much character. Exposed circuitry, fractured glass on windshields could be really interesting. Rusty holes, rusty spots. Ooh, here we go, simple rust spot. So one thing I do notice is that a block is a block. It doesn't matter what side of the block you're using. So in order to add a decal to the top of this block, I had to erase the decal from the side of this block because there's only one decal allowed per block. I don't know how hard it would be, but it would be awesome if you could actually have independent painting of different surfaces. So I'm sure that's going to get a lot in the way of a lot of people's paint jobs when they can only do one side of a block when 2 sides are actually showing on the creation. All right, and then moving on to racing stripes. This is going to be a fun one for people. Of course, you got the classic flames, sharp racing stripes, triangles, bends. Yeah, these things are going to add a lot of aesthetics to creations if done right. Stars racing stripe looks pretty cool. Wait, there's 2 stars racing stripe. Are these really stars? Is that stars? Closer to like tribal. I think that might be a labeling error here. Cool. I like how after you place it, you can click on other ones and it just changes it on the creation itself for you. That's pretty cool. All right, and then we've got tech. This is gonna be fun for the people who really like to soup up the interior design of their vehicles with all the bits and bobs and gauges and gadgets and stuff, especially for all the planes and things like that. Man, look at these circuit boards. Look at the size of that circuit board. Tech plates, circular tech hatch, button panel, broad bladed fan. Ooh, these are gonna be popular in the planes. All right, you know, I gotta spawn in one of my ridiculous planes and put some of these decals on it. There we go. So this is the plane with the bomb on the nose that ejects the bomb on the nose. I forget how it works and how to drive it, but you know that this thing needs the mouth decal on it, right? Yeah, here we go. This one right here. Position it right about there. Lock position. There we go. Now let's give it some angry eyes on the top. So here's part of the issue is I can't actually do this block because this one's already painted a little bit with the mouse. So I'm gonna have to stick to this one, to these ones right here. Probably this angry eye. Go ahead and flip. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. And I could change the colors if I wanted to, have it be red eyes, but I think it just looks natural with the black and white. Yeah, there we go. All right, lock position. Actually, if I reposition it like that, then if I lock position, oh no, that looks good from the front actually. You can even see it from the front now and from the side. Ooh, that looks so good. That actually looks so good now. All right, now what do I add to this thing? All right, well, obviously target shape goes on the wing. Look at that, even on the thrusters and like the tail fins and the mechanical parts, you can even paint the mechanical parts too. Ooh, this looks like it's gonna be cool. And then the gradient, it actually automatically gradients between whatever 2 colors you use. So I've been using red and white for like most of the paints that I'm adding. So I'm just gonna go red and white. And look at that. I think the reverse actually might be better. Yeah. And there it is, newly painted, newly amazing. How do I, oh, there it goes. There goes the bomb. And now I have this awesome looking plane. It's not that great of a paint job that I've done. It's inconsistent. It's got too many different styles on it. Could have been done better. I just went a little overboard with doing all the different fun stuff. All right, now that we've covered pretty much how the decals work, let me go ahead and figure out what this friction pad is all about. So I'm gonna attach a chain to the back of this monster truck here. Oh, these are tiny. I thought they were so much bigger. They're little tiny friction pads. Interesting. I wonder what the intended use of these are. People must have been requesting this for some reason, but it's not really something I've felt the need for with any of my builds, at least. Okay, so it doesn't do anything major like this. All right, one of the only things I can think of is actually applying brakes on your vehicle. So let me see what happens. All right, so this vehicle actually sits a lot lower than I thought it did, but now I've got friction pads that are extendable into the ground. Let's see what kind of effect they have on me. All right, here we go. And brake. Okay, they don't seem that effective. So let's see, I can go 30 kilometers an hour backing up straight into the friction pads. Let's see what it's like if I just get rid of the friction pads. All right, no more friction pads. Now it is just the suspension. And as you can see, suspension is a lot less friction. So the friction pads do have friction, that's for sure. You know what? You know what I think the friction pads are for? I think they're for walkers. They're for creations that actually have to grip the ground. It sounds a lot more obvious when I phrase it that way. All right, so here's a vehicle that is designed to walk, and it does okay. It does okay by itself. Let's see if adding the friction pads might actually hurt me here. I seem to be rubbing the ground a lot, which is probably not going to help by adding friction to that interaction. All right, now I've got friction. And, oh, wow. Oh, you see those strides? You know, I think this is actually where the friction pads are going to shine then. I think walkers need friction pads. That was just a terribly optimized walker. So yeah, I'm curious to see walking stuff in mechs after this update comes out, because they're probably going to be a lot more effective speed-wise with the friction pads, I assume. So I hope you guys enjoyed this deep dive into the upcoming Trailmakers Decals update. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below and what you're hoping to see happen with it. If you enjoyed this video, you'll probably enjoy more that you can find on the end screen right here. Hope this video has earned your subscription. Anyway, this has been ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye.